Yeah, hi there, David. This here is Andre. You spoke with me earlier on the phone today, and I said I would get you out like this free audit on your website. I'm currently on your website right now, and I'm just going to hop right into it. Like I said, I know right now you said in the next couple of weeks you're thinking about, you're not sure on a decision you're making yet on which way you're going to go. You currently are already with somebody that's trying to work your website and do SEO work for you. So I'm going to show you a couple things because there's a couple things that could be done, some foundational things that will really help you out. So with that, I'll just start with that. And then maybe in the future, we can get a conversation going and maybe we see if we can be a fit for each other. I'll tell you this right up front though. If if it can't be, it needs to be a win-win situation, obviously. So if I can't get you to the page one to start getting your phones ringing and get you some business, and make it a win for you, then it won't be a win for me. The only way it could be a win for me is if I make it a win for you. So, and there's no point of working with me if I can't get you to page one. And that's kind of what we specialize and do. That's the whole point. Take businesses that are stuck on page two, three, four, five, and six, excuse me, and get them up to page one. So let's start right now. Right now, I'm going to go to Google and we're going to check this out, okay? So first off, I'm on Google. You happen to be on page two. See right here, page two. And I typed in the roofing contractors in Reno. There's many different keywords that obviously customers type in. And Google is all about, end user experience. So they want to get the customer what they're looking for, correct? So most people aren't going to go past page one. I mean, if you think about, using your own, judging by your own self, most of us that when we Google something, we don't go past page one. You're right now on the bottom of page two. I think you're going through Home Advisor or somebody, you're running an ad. And most of the likely, a lot of people, when they see, the AdWords, you'll get some calls. It'll be hit and miss. But the majority of all the businesses on page one, and that's kind of where, 90% of the phone calls come in, right? Correct. So this here is what they call the map pack section. You want to be up here as well. And here's the organic section, right? So let me show you a couple of things some foundational things that could be done with your website. If you decide to switch, this is what we do, feel free, and I can pass on some other tips as well. So let me go back down here. You see this stuff right here, all these clickable links. This here is called meta tag or meta titles, okay? This is the number one thing that Google uses to, one of the number one, two things Google uses to grab information from to know how to rank you. So right off the bat, this here is not bad because what Google's looking for is is being congruent with what customers are typing in. So people are typing in roofing contractors in Reno, Nevada. Excuse me for a second. Sorry about that, brother. So they're typing in that, correct? So what we want to see down here is what they have. I think they did a good job on putting that there. A lot of places make that mistake and they don't put what customers are typing in right here. Okay, so that's one. So this is good. Now, the second thing is your H1 tags. I use a tool called Rank Daddy. Now, what's an H1, H2 tag? Think of a book. A book has many chapters in it, correct? And those chapters have titles on them, every chapter. So think of your web page as a chapter. It needs to have a title. But from Google's perspective, a title that it can recognize on what to do, where it knows how to rank you and what to rank you for. So in your case, you have one line here, which is perfect. You need one line here, but it needs to be the way to get it to really get Google to really start moving you is to be congruent with what people are typing in. So here's what they're typing in. And if you have that on your H1 tag, that's another match. And Google sees that and it starts to know how to rank you and what to rank you for. Down here, your H2. Okay, H2 is information that supports what you have up here. So this is like your other services. You can have 2, 3, or 4 lines down here. And this is another key factor. When Google sees all this, it now has the information it needs to start moving you forward. Okay, so there's 2. I'm going to show you a third aspect of this, which is which builds trust with Google, because Google's all about trust. Once it has a sense of trust in your site and it knows it can it's providing the right information and that it's there, it'll have a certain degree of trust goes up in Google. So it'll start ranking you forward. So I'm going to go over here to a tool I use by Deluxe. And this here is your business citations, meaning your name, address, and phone number. And right now, I punched your name in right here, okay, and your address with zip code. It's showing 90%, 97% of them are missing, 3% are incorrect. So basically, there are 0 that are correct. These are your main directories that are locally around here. And this site here carries about 35 or 40 of them. There's actually up to about 350 directories, okay? You want to be on every one of those because that there, like on Google Maps, on Google Search, Facebook, all these different directories, you're not listed on any of them except for, I think there's one way down here, and if the information is wrong. In this area, David, you want everything to be exactly the same. The name exactly the same with the address and phone number. And this here plays a big role of building trust with Google, which at that point, they'll start, like I said, having trust in your site along with the other factors, and then also it'll start moving your ranks forward. So I don't want to cover too much more. There's other factors involved that get you to page 1 also faster, and will keep you there on page 1. That's kind of what we specialize in do. But would love to, chat with you more, answer any questions, and maybe elaborate a little bit more, and maybe, like I said, see if we can be a fit. And I'll leave my information in the email. Feel free to respond back and just reply, or give me a call, and we can go from there. Okay, brother? You take care. You have a good rest of the week this week coming up here. And you know what? One last thing. I did notice you have 2 different websites. You have this one here, and I pulled up another one. I guess they're running 2 different websites for you in different areas, but I noticed you had this one here. Your websites are fairly basic. It could use some information, more content. Like this is the only content you have on your page. I noticed on this website here, there's basically no content. It's just this page here, and you got your contact us page and a gallery with a few pictures. But content's another big key that you got to have. That's something we can do for you too, and help get you hooked up with a good site. So David, I appreciate your time. Sorry, I just went a little over. I wanted to keep it to about 5 or 6 minutes. I'm at about 7.5. But hey, you enjoy the rest of your week. Feel free to give me a call, and look forward to chatting with you. All right, you take care. Bye now.